The orb has officially been nerfed. Yes, we got the patch notes in Korea today, and some people are talking about this saying, ah, it's barely a nerf. Some people are saying it's crazy, Expo Orb is dead. I'm going to be explaining to you guys if it's actually GG for Expo Orb or not. I'm playing Expo Orb myself, so we're going to be diving deep into it. The big patch notes are out, but mainly I'm going to focus on the Expo Orb. We'll get back to all the other patch notes later, but let's check it out. So, Expo Orb, we gotta just jump right into it. The biggest nerf that Expo Orb is getting is Stellar Dash. And as you guys know, if you guys played the Expo Orb, you will know that that is your main skill. On my Hyperboost character, I play my Expo Orb, and the biggest rotation, the only thing that actually booms damage is your Stellar Dash. Everything else is basically an add-on, like your buffs. You will have your satellite, you will have your detonation mark, you will have your Milky Way, but the one that's pumping, it's your Stellar Dash. So what does this mean? Because first I thought maybe they're going to be nerfing Stellar Dash, or are they going to be nerfing the satellite? Are they going to nerfing the selfless diffusion or the I don't know, something with S? But they decided to go hard and nerf the Stellar Dash, your main source of damage. But how big of a nerf is it? Let's look at it. Now it's going from a 680% to 580%. So when people first take a look at it, they're like, oh, it's barely a nerf, 10%, mainly. Who cares? Expo is still OP, but it's not that easy, guys. It is getting a way bigger nerf than just this, because if you go deeper into it, you'll see it's a severe effect at damage, which is basically orb effect inside of the game. If you look at the orb effect underneath the Stellar Dash, you will see orb effect. The orb also launches a 1.5 meter wide projectile in the same location with a 30-meter radius, dealing 272% of base damage. So that is also why Stellar Dash does so much damage. When you have a lot of orbs out, it launches projectiles and it does insane amount of damage. And what it is currently is 272%, and the nerf that we're getting from it is actually pretty big, 191. So we're almost losing like 90, I don't even know, like 80% of it. That's a pretty big damage reduction right there. So this and this is, I think right now with just these, it's like a 20% nerf or 25% nerf, maybe even 30% nerf. But it gets worse for Expo Orb enjoyers like me. If you're not, this is good news. It gets worse for us. So while they are buffing certain things like interstellar explosion for monster damage and other skills for monster damage, it doesn't really matter because you don't really use these skills in your rotation. They might work for other type of classes, but for Expo Orb, this isn't really a thing. You can probably put it inside of your rotation, but it's not really worth it. They're nerfing Supernova Collapse for PvP because with a suck, if it sucks you, your speed reduction, now they're reducing it to 80% so you can move out of it. Mainly because probably lagging everybody out in Castle Siege or whatever. But that is not the biggest nerf for Expo Orb. What is another nerf for Expo Orb is this. Your weapon specialization, attack advanced achievement, resonance echo is getting nerfed. The number of additional projectiles is modified from 12 to 9. So if you guys look on your specialization, you guys are most likely running this, which is the Stellar Echo. Apply Stellar Echo effect for 6 seconds upon a use of 6 active skills. Stellar Echo allows your basic attacks to launch 6 extra projectiles, dealing damage 72% of the base damage, right? And then if you look on your specialization tree, right here, if you most likely have it active, I won't sec so you guys can actually see it a little bit better. If you look at this right here, you will see that when Stellar Echo is activated, increase the number of additional projectiles launched from Stellar Echo from 6 to 12. So the passive, being 6, is actually getting increased. Instead of 12, it's getting increased to 9 instead. So that is additional nerf to the projectiles being nerfed. But is that it? You're like, yeah, okay, that's it. Who cares, Spid? No, it gets more of a nerf. The next up is weapon specialization attack or achievement effect flow shift. It's not called flow shift in the game, but the damage amplification value of the severe effect, which is the shield, is modified from 35% to 25%. The health reduction of desertion is modified from 30% to 25%. So this is basically the damage curtain buff. So if you guys look back inside the game right here, you will see that the shield, the flow shift, gives a 35% damage to the orb effect. Amplified orb effect damage by 35%, right? So we already know the orb effect is getting nerfed, but now it, instead of boosting damage to 35%, is getting boosted to 25%, so 10% nerf. So additional to the one, going from 272% to 191%, we're getting additional 10% nerf to it, and it will reduce the shield health of duration to 25%. We don't really care about that. The damage is getting additional nerf. Now you probably think, okay, now speed, now that's it, right? There's no more additional nerf. Yes, no, but there is. And the next up is uh, weapon specialization, secondary hero, inspector. Strike damage increase figure is corrected from 26% to 20% based on level 10. Now you probably like, what is this now, speed? What is this now? Now inspector, I'm not sure if it's either this or that. I think it's the heavy attack, if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong on this. Just correct me. But when this is level 10, it will give 26% heavy attack damage. Or if it's this one. No, it's not this one. No, it's not this one. It's this one. It's this one. 100% this one. It's this one. This one will give 26% heavy attack damage if you have perception and wisdom. I don't use it, so it doesn't matter to me yet. But it matters to people that are end gear gamed. From 26% damage, you will now be doing 20% damage. So, in total, what this means for Orb is that this definitely looks like more than a 10% nerf. With all of this addition, because you have to remember, Stellar Dash is our main damage. Nothing else is going to change that. It's going to be the same combo. And this looks more like a 30% nerf. Closer to 30 to 40% nerf than a 10% nerf. Most of the damage that we're getting nerfed is the base damage, of course. But this, the extra orb effect damage, and additional to the 10% nerf here, and the extra nerf here is just going to be massive for the Expo Orb. Does it mean you can still play it? Yes, it will still be playable, probably as a higher tier damage dealer, but I'm going to be real with you. Most likely you guys are going to be inviting extra classes now. So instead of just filling your team with Expo Orbs, you're going to probably have 2 Expo Orbs in there, and then you're going to be filling the rest spots with probably, I don't know, a staff player or staff blow player liberator for the high focus AoE damage increase, and the deadly marker. Maybe getting a gladiator in team because gladiators are getting buffed. We're going to take a look at that for the extra buffs too. So it won't be just stacking Expo Orbs anymore, but I do think it's still going to be up there with the top tier classes, but I think it's going to be very, very close compared to probably like a staff or player or a fury player or something like that. But it's a heavy nerf for sure. Now, that leads me to talk about some of the classes, which is going to be the greatsword. Now, the greatsword is getting a heavy PvE buff, so good news for gladiators and good news for ravagers. It's a massive buff. So in PvE, because basically your death blow is going to reduce the cooldown of Guillotine Blade by 50% when you hit a target that is shocked, which you use through your stuns, right? I'm not sure if this will work in PvP because it is a shock effect, so I'm not sure exactly how that will work. But if it works in PvP, it's just absolutely insane, but I don't think it will. And the guillotine will do more PvE damage, and it will be able to be reset. So gladiators, big buff, very nice. And ravagers, which are destroying you PvP, it's massive buff in PvE. So ravagers and gladiators might be played in PvE now. I'm definitely going to be taking a gladiator with me now because of the buffs, and that they can deal some extra damage, because most of our damage is through massive guillotines and stuff. So overall, a good change, I would say. The other things I want to take a look at, small take, is crossbow is getting a really, really minor nerf in PvP. Tank, he seems like he's getting a buff with the counter barrier. It'll be interesting to see in PvP. Dagger, of course, is getting more of a buff in PvE mainly, but still, daggers definitely have to take a look at that for PvP. But there's a lot of new changes overall to the game too, like, you know, matchmaking. We're getting a new event. We're getting a new. You can change your skill core back to a weapon. A lot of small Halloween changes. But that leads me to talk about one thing, and I don't think you guys want to see it because I already covered it. And it's the new battle pass, guys. Sick! We got a battle pass again, right? Awesome. But let's take a look at it, shall we? Let's see, how much will a battle pass cost us now? Are we going back to our 500 Lucent? Because the last one was 950, right? So it's definitely not going to cost 950, right? Let's see, you can earn, see here, 700 Lucent. 700 Lucent. for the battle pass. Can you believe that? I'm telling you, they're going up and up and up in price. We just got a 951, now we get a 700 one. And I think this one gives like horrible loot. Let's see here, let's see here. Wait, is this even the battle pass? Is this the additional thing? Yeah, here we go. Get some magic powder, some chaos selection chests, extraction stones, nebula stones. Damn. So now we have to buy this. Really? 750? Is that actually 750? Or are they memeing? It's just a translation issue. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. Let's see here. Let's open this. What is this? It said another pass? What is this kind of pass? I hope this is... if this is drops, guys, make sure you guys watch my drops. And we're getting new outfits and stuff. I'll make a video on all this later, but... Let's see here. 700, okay? Per one character is 1400. Oh my god. What else? What else? Any other lucent pay to win things here? Oh, what is this? Wait, what? 2 battle passes? You're joking. No, you're joking. Is this the same thing? Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me, bro. Don't tell me we're getting 2 battle passes, bro. I was memeing about this. Is it the same thing? Oh my god, we're getting 2 battle passes. Wait, maybe this is the one we already have? Maybe this is one we already have. Hopefully. Maybe this is just for Korea. Let's see. Chaos Prisms. Social Calamity 40-40. Wait, let me just compare. Was I can't take 2 battle passes, yo. Okay. I think this is the one we already have. This is just going for Korea. But still, we're at least getting 1 for 700 lucent. They're going up in price. I'm telling you, we're earning less in the game, and they're just increasing battle pass prices. Holy shit, bro. I'm gonna rant on this later. I don't care. Increasing battle pass prices is insane. We just got a battle pass for 950, and now we're gonna do another one for 700. What is next? Spooky. Now we had Halloween. We're gonna get spooky after Halloween. 950, 1,000 lucent. Why are we increasing the battle pass prices? Stop it. Actually insane. What is this? Cosmetics, 360 lucent. Second premium. What is this? 79,000 for 360 lucent. Oh, this outfit look goofy as hell. What is this? What is this? Goofy outfit, dude. All right, I'm not gonna dive more into this, but it's just Expo ORB, 30% nerf. I would estimate. We'll probably have to see when inside the game, but I would estimate like 30% nerf at least. Battle Pass 700 lucent is absolutely insanity, disgusting behavior. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What are you gonna swap? I'm gonna be making I have a video already if you guys want to swap weapons, how to swap weapons. Go check it out, and check it out right here. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.